Today we're going to do something slightly different. This is a whiteboard. I got two eyes here and I got this handy dandy whiteboard marker. And today I'm going to talk about some of the general expressions that I use to do things in yellow peril. Now I'm only going to cover a few things, so this is kind of just an intro to get you started, but this is how I generate a visual vocabulary for expressions. I start with very simple ideas, very simple shapes, and use those to communicate as many expressions and emotions as I can. And for me, expressions center around the eyes and eye shapes and different things you can do with the eyes and the brows. So we're going to focus on that today. We're going to do three basic emotions, happy, angry, and then a couple silly ones, because silly is fun. And silly shows up a lot in the comic. So this is our neutral eyes. They're a little too close, but this is for demonstration purposes. Alright, so let's start with happy. And happy starts with a squint. Now, if you're unfortunate enough to watch America's Next Top Model, Tyra talks about smizing all the time. And when she smizes, you'll see her squinting like an idiot. And that's where the smile comes from. When you smile, you naturally squint your eyes a little bit, if it's a genuine smile. If it's a fake smile, you just move your mouth and your eyes stay the same. So next time you see your friend smiling, just check out their eyes and see how much they squint, and that'll show you how happy they are. And the easiest way to do that is just to bring the lower eyelid up to about here. It's kind of it's a nice smile. It's not a big smile, it's a nice smile. The problem with this is sometimes it makes it look like the person is looking down, but in the context of the rest of the face, this definitely reads as a smile. Let's go a little bit further with that. Let's push it up even further. And as we squint, the top lids come down a little bit, so let's bring this guy down. Let's bring this guy down too. Up a little more. Sometimes we do an indication of crow's feet, because that's where the wrinkles are in your eyes. And let's raise the eyebrows a little bit here. So that's a pretty good smile. That's a pretty happy face right there. It's really good. We're getting a good laugh, maybe a good joke, good chuckle. Let's go even more extreme to the full-on uncontrollable laughing eyes. We'll raise these really high. And we get this crinkle in the nose and that kind of stuff. That's a really happy face. This is a happy face. This is a big open mouth smile, a guffaw, a really big laugh. It's a really good indication of happy. I like to push things even further with this expression and do something like this. Now this is a shape that your eyes cannot do in real life, but I'll turn it into these like humps here. And this is kind of a shorthand that you see a lot in manga or anime or even other kinds of cartoons, and it indicates like a really, really, really happy situation, even more than an open mouth laugh. Maybe the mouth is like coming out of the face, it's so happy. So I'll use this expression when somebody said some hysterical shit or there's uncontrollable laughing. Sometimes there's some crinkles in here, crinkles in there. It's just a really fun expression, and you see it a lot, and it's a really great shorthand for extreme happiness. So, all right, let's go the opposite direction. Let's go angry. Angry shows up quite a bit in yellow peril. So first we'll start with incredulity. So an incredulous look that is the beginning of angry, kind of. For that I'll just draw the brows straight, the upper eyelid straight across. Indicate the bottom here. Sometimes with the eyebrows, all you need to do is something like this. So this is an incredulous look. This is kind of like, really? Did you really just say that stupid shit that you just said to me? Not quite angry, but it's definitely getting there. Sometimes I'll even raise a brow here. Sort of like, really? starting on our way to anger. Now the weird thing about anger, or at least the way I draw anger, is that the more angry you get, the more pupil and white of the eye you see. Whereas with happy, the less white you see, the less of the pupil you see. So a little more angry here. More of a downturn in the brows. More downturn. Maybe some wrinkles there. That's kind of angry. That's pretty angry. That's kind of a almost shouting but not quite. You're just trying to get your point across very forcefully, very forcefully. So let's blow this shit out. Let's make this really fucking angry. So these go, keep these bottoms like that, and we'll make the pupils really small. This is like unbridled friggin' rage. And the eyebrows encroach on the upper lid, so that the upper lid just kind of seems to grow out of the eyebrow. That's how fucking angry we are here. We got some wrinkling here, some crinkling of the nose, more wrinkles under here, and in the shading I'll put more. Whoa, that's a loud sound. I'll put more shading here and there and under here, just to like bring out those folds to make it look like the face is really scrunched up and, you know, pissed off expression. This is fury. This is angry. This is like, I'm going to light everything on fire because you fucking pissed me off so much. This is a great expression. This shows up a lot in my comic because there's a lot of rage associated with working in an office. So there you go. The more angry you get, the smaller the pupils get, the more the eyebrows come down, and the wider the eyes get. So those are my shorthands for this type of expression. Not everybody does angry this way, but I find that this is one of the easiest ways to communicate really, really fucking pissed. Alright, so finally we'll do some of the more strange expressions that show up in Yellow Peril. And these come directly from my face because my face is kind of silly. One that shows up a lot is this kind of situation where I have one eye open and the other eye kind of squinting. This is in the incredulous family. This is kind of like a, it's not the real expression. It's not like, oh my gosh, did you really just say that? This is more of like a, huh? What the fuck? It's kind of a what the fuck look. This comes from just looking at me when I do this kind of thing. Also, the people's eyebrow from The Rock, he does that kind of look too. Actually, when I do this, my right eyebrow goes up, and so I look at the mirror whenever I do this expression. So on the characters, it's their left eyebrow. But that's a weird one that shows up a lot. Let's see, what other strange expressions show up in the comic? Sometimes I do this to indicate surprise, extreme surprise. And you'll notice that I don't use any lines to indicate the shape of the eye. So there's no upper lid or lower lid. It's just pupil and eyebrows. And I'm not sure why this looks like surprise, but it does look like surprise, at least in the context of the faces. Like, sometimes the mouth will be like this kind of situation where it's just opened a little bit, or kind of a squiggly line there. And this is it's a good indication of surprise, something that the character wasn't expecting. If I knew more about facial structures and visual cues, I might know the theory behind why that works for surprise, but I am a mere human. So I think that's going to do it for now. There are other expressions that you can generate, but these are just some ideas to help you develop your own visual vocabulary for expressing emotions with your figures and their eyes and stuff. So I mostly covered happy and angry, but if you've got some ideas on how to generate things like sadness or regret or other emotions, please let me know. You can drop a video comment, or you can send an email, or you can check out the comic or the posts and all that kind of stuff. And thank you for tuning in, and hopefully if this works out, I'll try more things like this. Alright, thanks, and check you later. Bye.